Hello everybody, it's Mimberly and welcome back to the channel. Now, leading up to the lads quiz of the year on the 17th of January, I know for a fact my chances of winning are slim because I'm competing against people like Gotcha Goblin, Angel's Corner, other big creators like that. So I just don't want to be last. It's just my main thing. So if I'm like, even if I'm like at the bottom, but I'm like 16th, not 17th or whatever, or how many, I forget how many creators there's going to be there. But good lord, I just don't want to look like a dummy. So we're carrying on with our world underneath today. Not to say that any of the other lads creators are dumb. I want to get that disclaimer now because I love all of them. But we're carrying on with world underneath. So this time, we are going to be reading No Morning. I think this one was cool. So, let's get straight into it. Does my baby face make me look a bit green? Yvonne pushes a patient to radiology when she spots Greyson muttering to himself, his image reflected in the elevator's polished steel. This is going to be about ZAYNE because it's Yvonne and Greyson. Thank goodness Dr. ZAYNE's out, otherwise you'd be in for a lecture. Dr. ZAYNE's been busy catching up on work since his Mount Eternal trip. No time to micromanage. Oh, Mount Eternal. Greyson eyes the patient in the wheelchair. His leg is wrapped in a specialized cast for wanderer infections. The guy is glued to his phone and doesn't appear to be an average patient. Hunter? The man lifts his wrist and reveals an information band. Greyson scans it with the hospital's internal system app. He gets a result. Arctic Hunter. The patient had received a traumatic injury during battle and was briefly exposed to a high volume of metaflux. After going through post-treatment at the Arctic Trauma Center, a panel of experts flagged him for a procedure at Lincoln's Oxo Hospital. The hunter in the wheelchair grumbles impatiently. What's this kidnapping routine? When am I getting out of here? It's just a minor injury. Besides, the Arctic is a mess. We're already short-staffed as it is. You dragged me all the way here. It's standard protocol, and it's for your own good. Yvonne replies with a shrug. I wasn't asking for your opinion on this, Loki. He is being very opinionated at the moment, I do apologise. Greyson nods. Based on their limited interaction with hunters, mostly through Dr. ZAYNE's special cases, they've understood that these individuals prioritise missions over everything else. This is especially true for Alpha Team, the same team that MC is on, for whom a recommendation for further examination is but a suggestion. Greyson remembers something and decides to change the topic. Or the subject, shall I say. By the way, I'm curious, what do hunters do on their day off? The Arctic Hunter continues scrolling through his phone, determined to shut Greyson down with one quick retort. Get wheeled around for checkups? But Greyson isn't giving up that easily. Then do hunters have any hobbies they share? The hunter finally looks up, scrutinizing Greyson's earnest expression with a hint of confusion. Then, as if a light bulb goes off in Yvonne's head, she exclaims, Greyson, don't tell me you got a crush on... Greyson scratches his head sheepishly and coughs as if his throat has become very itchy. Ding! The elevator bell rings. Yvonne, understanding the situation, pushes the hunter out of the elevator. Greyson quickly follows. What are you following me for? I haven't got my answer from the hunter yet. The medical examination briefing for the Hunters Association is about to start. Well, being a couple of minutes late won't hurt. Dr. ZAYNE's already there. What? Why didn't you tell me sooner? Why would Dr. ZAYNE be at this meeting? Greyson quickly turns and rushes to the elevator. His body is already inside, but his eyes are now fixed on the Arctic Hunter, desperate for an answer. He doesn't even care if he's blocking the elevator door in a way that almost screams, don't try this stunt at home, kids. Puncturing wanderers. Greyson's heart sinks. He purses his lips in disappointment and lets out a sigh as the elevator door closes. Just talk to MC. MC will tell you God knows how many hobbies she's got with the multiple love interests in her life. Because, you know, we hot and we need multiple men to satisfy our needs, shall we say. Chapter 2, Sustenance. Oh god, this is an ominous title already. By the time Greyson reaches the conference room, Dr. ZAYNE is reviewing a case file with Dr. Wu from the Division of Evil and Protocol Medical Technology. Just as Greyson is about to greet him, Dr. ZAYNE stands up and leaves the room. A trail of icy air is left behind. Stop by my office after the meeting. Greyson nods and finds a seat. It's just a regular briefing about the annual event where the Hunters Association's health centre partners with Oxo Hospital to conduct comprehensive medical examinations on hunters. It ensures the effects of metaflux and protocore energy on their bodies remain within manageable limits. Greyson's mind, however, drifts elsewhere. It replays a scene where an injured person's heartbeat is brought back to life in his hands, and the girl smiles at him against the backlight. The wanderers behind her burst like fireworks, their lights echoing the blossoming warmth in his heart. His phone buzzes, pulling him back to reality. Yvonne had sent him a message. Hey, regarding your Hunter girl, why not take a cue from Dr. ZAYNE? He's so close with Miss Hunter. You know, that saying her name turns him into a softie. Yeah, that is very true. We just have to say our name, and then ZAYNE is a little softy snowman, shall we say? Greyson shivers at the thought of Dr. ZAYNE's reaction if he asks something like, Dr. ZAYNE, how did you pursue Miss Hunter? It's not that I don't want to, it's that I don't dare, Greyson thought. After the meeting, Greyson walks to Dr. ZAYNE's office at a slower pace this time. To ask or not to ask, that is the question. Nice Hamlet reference. Dr. ZAYNE, I'm here. As he enters the office, a refreshing, cool fragrance reaches him. Is it Jasmine's? Dr. ZAYNE, who is reviewing a file, has a slight frown on his face. It's a common sight when faced with a patient's challenging medical condition. There's a type A cryosina implant surgery scheduled for the day after tomorrow. Get ready. Greyson takes a file which belongs to the Arctic hunter he met earlier. The metaflux reaction in the patient's leg's wound exceeds the reference limit and simply just cannot be removed. Medical imaging results show that the residual metaflux has entered the bloodstream. A cryosina must be implanted as soon as possible to prevent the metaflux from affecting the patient's heart even more. It could lead to a powerful surge, and he was still yelling about being discharged when I saw him this afternoon. We'll be performing 2 surgeries back to back, so it will take a while. You can skip the Hunter Association's medical examination tomorrow and get some rest. Greyson nods and shakes his head. I'll be fine. The association medical examination is always a breeze, just like a day off. Dr. ZAYNE doesn't stop writing. His gaze from behind his glasses meets Greyson's for a moment. It's followed by a soft, That sounds suspiciously meaningful to Greyson. Greyson responds with an awkward, Staring at the desk, he tries to change the subject. What a fascinating flower. Those buds look just like tiny snowballs. Is it for Miss Hunter? Greyson curls his finger and reaches for the small plotted plant with white buds nestled in snow. It's on ZAYNE's desk. It's a little droopy. Don't touch it! ZAYNE's pen smacks Greyson's knuckles. Startled, he pulls his hand back. Realizing his attempt at a conversation has failed, Greyson shifts to another topic. Dr. ZAYNE, you're more than inspirational. Not only are you my mentor and my specialty, but also the guiding light from my life's journey. A teacher for a day and for... Do you have a crush now? ZAYNE, with a stack of documents, heads to the filing cabinet. Greyson follows closely behind. Not really, it's just a budding feeling. Hunter? Oh, Dr. ZAYNE, you're always so perceptive. You want to get to know her, but don't know how to break the ice? If only he was not this oblivious with us right at the beginning of the goddamn game, because I swear to Christ. Exactly. I don't want to bother her during work, and I also don't know how to talk to her outside of work. Dr. ZAYNE, how did you and Miss Hunter become friends? Our situation is unique. It's not a fair comparison. Well, of course, I'm not asking for a roadmap. I'm just curious about the lives of a hunter's loved ones. ZAYNE settles back into his chair and clasps his hands together. He lets out a soft sigh. It's similar to the expression he wore on Greyson's first day when he couldn't answer a question during his rounds. Can you tell jokes? What? Greyson is completely baffled. Jokes? How could Dr. ZAYNE's dry humour, the kind that would make a cricket chirp, possibly get him a girlfriend? with the no, I'm joking. Looking at Zane's eyes, Greyson tries to discern whether this is a genuine advice, but all he sees is a cold glint reflected in Zane's glasses. Well, maybe hunters have a unique sense of humor. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Greyson lingers in the office. He turns back as if on the verge of asking a question, then catching a glimpse of snowflakes swirling in Zane's palm. He watches them land in the flower pot. The previously wilted stem seems to come alive, and the bud raises itself as if being gently awakened. His fingertip traces across the sepals, caressing them like a beloved's face. It's a rare sight. Zayne, ever stoic, and resting glacier face to his patients, has a hint of a smile gracing his lips as he looks at the flower. Guessing question time is over. Greyson turns back around and exhales. There has to be more to it than just telling jokes if Dr. Zayne is able to charm Miss Hunter. Oh my god. Chapter 3, In the Shadows. The next morning, Greyson hums cheerfully as he enters the cafeteria with his breakfast tray. Yvonne, in the middle of biting a piece of bread, looks up in surprise. Today, Greyson is wearing a sharp navy blue three-piece suit with a tie. His white lab coat is nowhere to be found. Ah, men. Swallowing her food, Yvonne speaks as if she isn't new to the games that guys play. It's better to be prepared and not panic. That's key, right? What if she notices me during the medical examination today? Greyson digs into his yogurt. But a sudden, almost jarring alarm cuts through the chatter. Metaflux leak in the northern suburbs. Exposure level 5. Oh, please don't tell me it's the girl. Greyson shoves a piece of bread in his pocket and sprints for the rooftop helipad. A rescue helicopter lifts off, and Zayne's figure disappears behind the fuselage's door. Zayne is always one step ahead in emergencies. Greyson leaps into another helicopter that was prepared. Inside the cramped fuselage, he and another doctor scramble to change into protective gear, their eyes occasionally glancing at the northern suburbs. The rescue zone falls under her jurisdiction. Will their paths cross? A part of him hopes she's not there, but another part of him can't help but pray that if she is hurt, he'll be the one to treat her. The rescue operation lasts for 2 grueling days and nights. On the 3rd day, just before dawn, Greyson slumps against a stack of supplies in a temporary tent. He's utterly drained. Did you evacuate everyone from Zone 2? A voice asks from behind. Greyson is too exhausted to turn. Oh, Dr. Zayne, you're here too. Fatigue crashes over Greyson like a wave. Finally, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out his phone. Dr. Zayne, she remembered me. He shows Zayne the photo screen. There's a chaotic post-battle street picture with the following caption. The moment my heart started beating again was so cool. See, this post is about me. And earlier when I was unloading supplies, she volunteered to help. She said I should take care of my hands because I'm a surgeon. After a second of silence, Zayne responds, and you let her take the box? Why not? In the unseen shadows, Zayne cracks a faint smile. The hint of weariness beneath it escapes Greyson, who's drunk on his romance. Letting the girl you like do all the heavy lifting? You're quite the charmer. Hey, she's stronger than me. I struggle with 1 box and she carries 2 with ease. Recalling his earlier helicopter struggle, Greyson asks, speaking of which, Miss Hunter's job is so dangerous. Shouldn't you try to convince her to be less reckless? I don't think if Zayne told us to not be reckless, I don't think MC would listen. She's just that sort of person. The response comes in faint breaths in the cold air. It seems Zayne has fallen asleep. There's another question burning into Greyson's mind. If something happened to Miss Hunter, what would Zayne do? But then he remembers the faint scars crisscrossing Zayne's hands. With his superior medical skills, powerful evil, and unwavering resolve, Greyson knows Zayne wouldn't let anyone get hurt, especially when it's someone he cares about. Even today, during a rescue break, Zayne had once again saved people from wanderers. Only Zayne can truly stand beside Miss Hunter in battle. I don't know about that, I got 4 other contenders. Greyson glances down at his own hands. They're ordinary surgeon hands, and they don't have a strong evil at their disposal. What can he do? The tent becomes colder. Greyson closes his eyes and surrenders to the encroaching darkness. Chapter 4. Snow Velvet. The emergency rescue operation froze the Arctic Hunter's surgery back 2 days. Thankfully, everything went smoothly. The next day, Greyson follows ZAYNE. They're going to do a checkup on the hunter. Restless after complaining about overkill treatment, the patient is now stuck in bed. He's bored out of his mind as daily status updates from Mount Eternal's protofield appear on the projector. As ZAYNE and Greyson enter the room, he throws out a casual question. Can I still be a hunter? It catches Greyson off guard. He throws a worried glance at the sagging blanket that covers the hunter's leg. He looks to ZAYNE for an answer. Yes, ZAYNE replies, as long as you promise to avoid getting injured again. I'll try my best. Trying isn't good enough. It's good you have Dr. ZAYNE here. Otherwise, what you might have lost wouldn't be... ZAYNE throws a look at Greyson. Recovering his composure, Greyson uses a professional tone. Movement can increase blood flow. If you're planning to be out on the field, you should schedule more frequent checkups. Also, the cryozena needs to be replaced regularly. Ugh, fine. When can I get out of here? No longer sad, the hunter's impatience returns to what it was before his surgery. Greyson is upset. Physical therapy starts in 2 weeks, and the stitches come out in 4 weeks. As for a bionic exoskeleton, that will be 6 to 8 weeks. It depends on how your wound heals. ZAYNE remains calm as he lays out the recovery timeline. The 8-week wait makes the hunter frown, but ZAYNE cuts him off before he can protest. There are 2 ways you can walk out of here, walking or rolling. You'll experience the walking part soon, but if you want to keep hunting, follow the doctor's orders. Otherwise, you might be rolling out of the hospital. A chill runs through the room, and frost seemingly appears on the window. The hunter gulps and nods, clearly getting the message. Do not fuck with Dr. ZAYNE. A week later, Greyson returns to the room for the Arctic Hunter's final checkup. The good news is that the residual mutaflux remained contained for 2 weeks. The cryozena is working perfectly, so the surgery was a success. Well, that's good. Congratulations. Off to physical therapy you go, and then you'll be back on the battlefield in no time. He supports the hunter by offering an elbow. They stroll through the sun-drenched hospital. Garden. So, Dr. Greyson, did anything happen with that hunter girl? She asked me out. We'll be having dinner together on my next day off. He smiles, but a flicker of concern crosses his face as the hunter winces with every step. Are you worrying about her again? Yeah, I can't help it. Your guy's job is dangerous. As they step into the elevator, a memory surfaces. Their first encounter a month ago. It was right here that the hunter's voice boomed in protest against kidnapping. But now, what's there to be scared of? We got you guys watching our backs. The hunter remains nonchalant about potential risks. Greyson is infuriated again. Hey, we're just regular hard-working doctors. The way you charge into danger and face all those risks almost scares us to death. Passing by ZAYNE's office, the hunter stops in his tracks. Is the glacier face docking? I owe him a thank you. He usually takes a break around this time, Greyson says, but the determined hunter throws the door open before he can finish. The officer thermostat must be on the fritz. Greyson can't help but shiver. A booming voice interrupts the silence as the Arctic hunter ushers a whoa in front of ZAYNE's desk. Isn't this snow velvet? Oh, don't touch it! Greyson rushes forward, pushing the hunter's finger before it brushes against a delicate flower. You know what it is? Of course I do. It's rare stuff even in the Arctic. It only grows on the northern cliffs of Mount Eternal. Not just anyone can go there, but that's where you can find the cleanest snow. Something's been happening in the mountains lately, though. The wildlife is practically extinct. It makes me wonder if the glacier face got some kind of hobby for saving pretty things. I mean, I'm a pretty thing, at least I like to think so. Okay, last chapter, or chapter 5, A Long Night. Oh yeah. After the Arctic hunter was discharged, oh my god, let me repeat that from the beginning. I don't know where my cat's gone, I'm worried. After the Arctic hunter was discharged, this year's hunter data from the medical examination has been finally analysed. ZAYNE assigns Greyson the task of writing the report for the hunter's heart's health. Buried in the data, Greyson discovers a worrying trend. A large number of hunters are showing signs of type Y protocore syndrome, more than the usual amount seen in previous years. This syndrome involves metaflux that hides in various organs and systems, with a long latency period and slow progression. By the time it is detected, it's often too late, and there is currently no known cure. He flags his potential risk to the Hunters Association. Andrew, from data analysis, takes it all in stride. He politely replies that they'll tweak their algorithms based on these hunters' past missions to minimize the risks. Greyson can't help but think Andrew is a little too composed sometimes, especially after hearing him say, well, this is all we can do for now. It hits a little too close to home. The night shift at the inpatient building is like a giant circuitry system. Blood and breath move silently through the halls. Souls slumber in the small white cubes lining the corridors. Greyson feels like he's gone adrift, a lone white blood cell wandering a weary body. And the only beacon in the night? Zayne's office, of course. That ever-vigilant lighthouse keeper guards the shore of life. Does he even feel the weight, the helplessness? Lost in thought, Greyson pushes open the office door. Light spills from the computer screen, his gaze drawn to the snow velvet on the desk as he approaches. This flower. Bending down, Greyson sees a snowball-like buzz that ZAYNE saved. The plant had started to bloom, but now it's drooping, the stem twisted and shrinking against the white porcelain. A single wilted petal falls and lands on the black ice crystals nestled in the pot. He remembers pristine white snow used to be there. Dr. ZAYNE? The cold computer light casts an unsettling glow over the scene. It inexplicably reminds him of the frigid tent they were in a few weeks back. It was morning, yet the light seemed to have been filtered through a thick black veil. Drowsy and disoriented, he vaguely remembers a faint voice. It was a conversation with Dr. ZAYNE that lingers just out of reach. The sterile office gloom makes him come to his senses, and Greyson searches for ZAYNE. He takes in the scattered case files on the desk and the chair that's facing the door. It's a scene that screams of a hurried exit. An emergency surgery? Before panicked thoughts overwhelm Greyson's mind, the office door opens with a click. ZAYNE enters, rubbing his knuckles against his brow. I was just passing by and decided to walk in. Dr. ZAYNE, your flower... A harsh chill seems to emanate from ZAYNE as he approaches the desk. His hand reaches out to the wilted snow velvet. He hesitates, his hand remaining suspended in midair as if held back by an invisible force. It seems it's beyond saving. ZAYNE gathers the case files and talks with Greyson about the checkups tonight. The conversation drifts to the hunter Greyson's been crushing on. She said if the worst case scenario happens and if someone needs to perform CPR, even if it means breaking her ribs and her heart stops for 6 minutes and they don't give up, she wants it to be me. ZAYNE offers a knowing smile. They both understand the unspoken importance of what lies beyond those 6 minutes. Dr. ZAYNE, when we declare someone gone, in the eyes of their family, are we guardian angels or the Grim Reaper? It's an unanswered question that hangs in the air. ZAYNE can't help but glance at the desk. A few fragile petals of the snow velvet fall, only with its tiny heart still desperately clinging to life amidst the black ice crystals. Oh, okay, right. That was a very in-depth one, especially that question there. When we declare someone gone in the eyes of their family, are we guardian angels of the Grim Reaper? Hot damn. And that's the thing. Anyone who's a doctor or a nurse or works in the medical profession honestly gets a lot of respect from me. Like, I come from a country where we've got the national healthcare system, and we do shit talk it a lot in this country because, I will be honest, it is getting worse. But the doctors that are still trying to save as many lives as possible every day really do deserve the respect that they should get in this country and anywhere in the world, really. So I'm going to admit, it is very upsetting when I do see a lot of things online of being like, oh, the NHS is going down to shit. No, it's because I think it's because the UK has got an overpopulation problem. We haven't got enough doctors because doctors are not getting paid enough. And the reason we're not getting enough doctors is because they are working stupidly long hours, same as nurses, and they're not getting the value back for it outside of the satisfaction of potentially saving lives. But it is a mentally very demanding job. So if you have any family members who works in the medical profession, even if they're not a doctor or a nurse, just show them respect. It's all I can really say, because that is a very mentally demanding job. I used to work in the NHS. I wasn't like a medical, professional or anything. I worked in the medical records department. But, oh my god, was that job hard, seeing some of those files, let alone even being there and trying to treat these things. So, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll get on to more of these next week. I think the next chapter is called Mischief? I don't know. But I will hopefully see you guys when I get back onto World Underneath. So, see you guys in a bit. Love you. Take care. Bye.